Good afternoon and welcome to April 17th, 2023 Board of Works and Public Safety. All rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Becky Gibson.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Billups.
Mr. Mayor and members, thank you for the opportunity to be here today. On behalf of my family as well as my church family, I want to say thank you to each of you for what you do for our community. And I want you to know that we pray for you not just today in this moment, but every day. And so thank you once again. Let's pray, shall we? Thank you, God, for this opportunity to be here today. I pray for each and every one of these leaders that are represented in this room for our community. I pray that you will encourage them, that you will strengthen them, that you'll bless them and their families, or that you'll give them clear minds and open hearts to be able to make decisions that meet the needs of our community in the way that would be honoring and pleasing to you. Again, I thank you for this day, and thank you for each one of these people here today, and I pray that you'll bless them in a special way. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
God bless you.
Thank you.
I'd like to welcome everyone. Make sure your cell phone ringers are off. We'll begin with roll call.
Brian Dobb.
Present.
Becky Gibson.
Here.
Diana Phillips. Present. Jim Barrett.
Okay, everyone has the minutes from the April 3rd, 2023 regular meeting. Are there any additions or corrections to those?
We should make a motion to accept the minutes.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Move on to new business. Becky Marvel with the Farmers Market requesting permission to use a city-owned courthouse parking lot from May to the end of September.
Good afternoon, I'm Becky Marvel, and I'm here representing the Fayette County Farmers Market as a board member and as a co-founder of the Fayette County Farmers Market, which is under the umbrella of Discover Connersville. The market will be starting its seventh summer this year, which is great. We're requesting the permission to use a city-owned portion of the courthouse parking lot. The market will run every Saturday from May 20th to September 30th, and we'll need the usage of the parking lot from 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. for setup and teardown. The market will operate from 9 to noon. Last year we had 38 local food producers and artisans participating from the surrounding counties, helping to bring thousands of visitors to the downtown area. We're certified to take SNAP and WIC and senior produce vouchers, which with grants from Reed Health, we're able to double a customer's food buying power to have access to healthy food.
You may have said it and I may have missed it, but are you doing Thursday evenings too?
Yes, but that will be at a different
At a
location.
different location, okay.
Any questions?
I move to accept the request.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thank
you
you.
very
Hope
much.
to see
Thank
you
you,
at the
Becky.
market.
On to item B, approval to recommend to City Council addition of business parking only sign. Mr. Bullis.
All right, everybody's got a copy of that letter she contacted our department in requesting guidance on how to obtain some business parking. Sorry about the picture, I didn't blow it up now, but where it's circled, that's her place of business. It's in residential, but her business is commercial. She has approximately 3 to 4 feet all the way around, so she has no business parking except the road. So we're requesting on her behalf that there be a timed business from 8 to 5.
Motion to approve the chief's request.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Up next, we have Marla Steele, Director of Park, requesting permission for the Babe Ruth Parade route.
So I'm learning something new every time. Sorry, you do not have a parade route. I missed that. I didn't realize I was supposed to turn that in. So I apologize for that. But Logan, he's our new sports director. So I brought him along so he can kind of see how this goes. But we would like to request permission to utilize Central Avenue and 6th Street for our opening day baseball parade that we will be having on May 6th. And we would like to start the parade at 4th and Central, and we will go north on Central down to 6th Street and then turn east on 6th Street and take that to our main entrance at the ball fields. And then we'll go into the ball fields from there. And so that's the route we would like to take this year. So that would be 4th and Central and then north, and then turn east or right on 6th Street and go into the main entrance of the ball field. And that will be starting at 2 p.m.
2 p.m.
Yeah, on May 6th.
Motion to approve.
Second.
A motion is second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Then
you.
you brought him with you too.
Welcome to the family.
Okay, up next, I have a proclamation for National Library Week. Whereas libraries provide the opportunity for everyone to pursue their passions and engage in lifelong learning, allowing them to live their best life. Whereas libraries have long served as trusted institutions for all members of the community by developing and maintaining programs and collections, ensuring access for all. Whereas libraries adapt to the ever-changing need of their communities, continually expanding their collections, services, and partnerships. Whereas libraries play a critical role in the economic vitality of communities by providing internet and technology access, literacy skills, and support for job seekers, small businesses, and entrepreneurs. Whereas libraries are accessible, promoting a sense of local connection, civic engagement, and shared community goals. Whereas libraries are the cornerstone of democracy, promoting the free exchange of information and ideas for all. Whereas libraries, librarians, and library workers are joining library supporters and advocates across the nation to celebrate National Library Week. Now therefore be resolved that I, Chad Frank Mayor, proclaim National Library Week April 23rd through the 29th, 2023. During this week, I encourage all residents to visit their library to explore the wealth of resources available. So, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And we have a absolutely wonderful library, and he does do a fantastic job with it. It's a great
Certainly do.
resource that we have.
We appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. On down to item E, we have approval of resolution 2023-02, utility contract. Brad, you want to come on up, sir?
This is the utility contract that we came up with. Diana and Brian served on there to help negotiate it.
Brian Rawl.
Brian Robb, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah. And we
Wrong.
spent quite a while working on it. Probably the biggest change is that we wanted to try to get an incentive going to get more people to get licensed and certified, and this contract does that, definitely does that.
Yes, it does.
It will, over a number of years, I think, provide a very good incentive to get everyone hopefully licensed and certified. So, other than that, nothing too major. If anybody has any questions.
Is this here the copy that you want everybody to sign?
Yeah.
Any questions for Brad?
Motion to approve this request. Second.
Have a motion second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you very much. Might as well stay up for approval for BSN to perform work on the right-of-way at 104 West 30th Street.
And this isn't Justin's fault. I texted him this about the time I was walking up here, so. And I took it with my phone, so it's not the best copy, but that is Central Park Road, Central Avenue north of 30th Street. And it's pretty simple. They're gonna do a bore there, sort of behind the Foot Clinic or whatever that is these days, and attached on the other side of the road to be able to extend their services. And this is BSN, which is Comcast, Infinity, whatever they're called this year.
They're just born under the one street then.
Yep, pretty short.
I see the pedestal.
They're setting one new pedestal right behind Speedway gas station.
Okay. Any other questions?
Motion to approve. Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Okay, we got a couple things here. We got the CHS Senior Parade on June 3rd. Everyone got did everyone get the email that they sent over in your packet? Just want to make sure, because you may not have, it was kind of a, they got it in late, so it did not. So they're going to, requesting to do the Senior Parade like we've done the past 3 years. Yeah. Got 3 years since COVID. We did it 2 years or 3 years since COVID. It's hard to remember. But they're going to, it's the same route, so they're going to leave the parking lot at 11 a.m. They'll come down 3rd Street, turn on Central Avenue, and then go up to Park Road, take out all the way to 3rd Street, turn left, and then from 3rd Street left on Grand, they will end at the Spartan Bowl. So it's basically the same parade route we've been doing, but they just want permission to do the parade on, what was the date here? I just lost it.
June 3rd.
June 3rd. There we go. Got 2 dates here. I want to make sure I get it right.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. And here's the second one from them. This one came in Friday. Came in from the school on June 4th. That's why I got the days confused. From 12 to 4, they want to shut down Grand in front of the junior high, just like they do normal for school, where the SRO officers come in and shut down. After graduation, people want to take pictures and hang out, and it's with traffic moving through, they just want to make sure they keep it safe. So all they're doing is asking to shut down just the same section they do during school, so people can exit the bowl and still take pictures and be safe. They're going to use SRO officers or buses or something to block it off. So they just want to have permission to be able to do that. That'd be Sunday, June 4th from 12 to 4.
Grand Avenue from what street to what street?
Right in front of the junior high, in front of the bowl.
Be 19th to 20th.
20th to 21st?
Just 19th and 19th to 20th.
Yeah.
It's just that one block.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So have permission for the school to do that as well.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you very much.
Smart to do that, I think.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
always it's congested bad. There's a lot of people out there. Item I, approval resolution 2023-03, authorizing mayor to execute NDOT agreements. This is from Jalissa. This is through the Community Crossings Grant. We're getting a lot of documents that's going to be coming through. It's just giving me permission to go ahead and sign those before you'll bring it to the Board of Works every time, because some of these are time sensitive. Same thing we do in all the other projects.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Item J, the Duke Energy contract for Opportunity Drive lights. We have a contract already in place, but the developer wanted to upgrade with some brighter lights. After he got looking at everything, we wanted to get the intersections lit up a little better, so we had to change our portion because we maintain the maintenance and electricity after that. And so this is just a request to be able to do that, just from Duke, because we'll take care of the difference. Which was, if I remember right, it wasn't a whole lot.
$2,960.
No, that's his portion.
That's the cost difference. Oh, material.
That's the charge.
Okay.
I think it was 35, it's gonna be like for all 4 lights or whatever, it's gonna be like $20 more, something like that.
$20.72.
There you go.
No, I see.
Hey, I was close.
I see it. Yeah.
But these are for taller lights, a little brighter lights, and they got an arm that extend out a little farther to the street for the intersections. They were set back farther from the intersections than what he anticipated, so being set back farther, he wanted to get them out there and get them a little brighter.
Motion to approve the mayor's request.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. And Amanda requesting permission to apply for a foundation grant.
Sorry, I'd asked for this one last time if I'd known I needed to do it for each one.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. And this grant is to help us purchase scaffolding so that we can use it on Court Street with our different art installations, because right now we're using the buildings, and that's a concern. And one of the building owners is not responding to us at all now to even let us do anything on their buildings. So this is a way that we're not purchasing the scaffolding. We can do many different things with it. We can take it down, we can use it at other areas, other events, but it'll keep us from structurally bothering those buildings that we're using to hang decorations from and on and around. And then we can take it to, like I said, here in the food truck battle, we can take it and then we can wrap it and we can use it as shade areas as well for different other things.
He's asking for permission to apply for a
Motion.
grant from the foundation.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you.
Hey, thanks for doing everything you're doing
You're
with
welcome.
this. I know you're getting some grief over it, but to me,
Just
I
a
mean,
little bit.
well, I think
It's
it's,
going good.
I know, but I think that you should be commended for what you're doing.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I agree with that
Yep.
wholeheartedly.
You'll be seeing more from us. We'll be putting something in the paper this week that getting everybody excited about how many booths we have. We are currently up to 214 booths, and that's for 141 vendors, I think. And then we have 5 bands. They started out saying they bring 12 food trucks. Now they've moved up to 14 because they said that the response has gotten big enough. They feel like we can sell out 14 food trucks. So.
It's
So we
exciting.
send something in the
It is.
newspaper, and then we're gonna get it on the spot with Ron Wiley. We're gonna get on there with him. And then Brad sent me, he saw what our billboards went up last week. We have 5. We have one here in town, one in Richmond, Greensburg, Eaton, and Knightstown. So
It's going to be a big draw this year.
it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I know we appreciate it.
Thanks.
Move on down to department matters. Director Coulter.
This is just approval of the trash. It's a new business moving into a formerly existing business, so toter's actually still there. So,
I move to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Chief Billups.
Okay, everybody's got my letter for putting sergeants back on the patrol. Is there any questions with that? After reading my letter, during the contract time, we tried to negotiate that would benefit our supervisor line. However, the wording stayed the same, so I tried to do with just the 2 supervisors, which we have captains, lieutenants, and previously some sergeants. And after looking at it, there's one benefit, which, some of these, we're such a young department where some of these young guys eventually will be supervisor role. And as a sergeant, you're running the shifts, with your lieutenants and captains overseeing them. So it'll benefit them in that manner. But then it came down to a financial reason. And, throughout the first quarter, just taking a look at things, averaging, first quarter of this year, averaging it out, just with vacation loans, as I stated in my letter from the captains and lieutenants, just vacations alone, it came up to about $6,300. And that's without any sergeants, and with the sergeants, just under 2,000, 4,457, which is just under 2,000 more a year in just our vacations alone. That won't include if there's, other contractual sick days or personal days, some call-ins, whatnot, holidays, where that might play in a factor. So the number would go up. So I'm just asking your approval, permission to replace them. It's the sergeants, the salary is still in ordinance for sergeants, so we don't have to replace anything there. request and replace sergeants back on patrol.
Make a motion to accept chief's request.
Second. A motion is second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Chief Jones.
Good afternoon. Everyone should have a copy of the letter that I submitted along with several quotes. I would like to replace the 2006 pickup truck that we have. It's starting to require a lot of repairs over the last few years and starting to, be somewhat unreliable. Like I said, I did give you like 4 quotes from Dodge dealers. I was asked to reach out to some Ford dealers, and I did that. Basically, all the response I got from everybody was that the state ordering period had already closed. So Jeff Friedman did go ahead and reserve a spot for us because he knew that we were probably going to be looking into ordering a truck. So, and they did come in at the lowest bid. So if that's okay, I'll ask permission to replace that pickup truck.
And we are using our dollars for this.
Yes, that's coming out of the money that the council approved for some equipment for my department.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. I'm gonna go out of order if that's okay with you, since he's already up there. Just stay up here and do your monthly report.
That would be great.
Didn't do that for you, did it?
Okay, monthly report for the month of March. I'll start off with overtime. March was a 3-pay month, so there was 3, so out of 3 pays, that was a pretty decent average for overtime. The total overtime was $4,155.39. The FLSA overtime portion of that was $2,986.31, and the remainder of that was manpower shortage. So as you can see, we're running pretty good so far this year compared to the previous 2 years. Moving on down to fuel usage, we used 415 gallons of fuel for March for a total of $1,690.73. And moving on down to the fire incidents, we had a total of 155 incidents for the month. 117 of those were EMS related. There were 10 auto accidents, and then 28 runs were fire related. On the next page, you'll see the training hours for March. We had a total of 49.5 instructed hours. 42 hours were fire-related training, 7.5 hours were EMS-related training. And then we had a total of 26 inspections for the month and 18 hours of fire investigation. And then attached to that, you'll see the summaries of all the numbers that we just went over. Any questions on my report? I will add below that, we don't have a whole lot going on right now, but I did note that our training container should be getting an email here sometime this week that they're shipping it out, so we should be receiving that soon. Roots has been kind enough to, they're gonna bring a big forklift down and unload that for us, so we appreciate that. So we're excited to get that container, and we're gonna place it behind Station 1 for now. It'd be nice to have it right there. We'll be able to use it, right at the station, and eventually, if we can get some training facilities possibly going, we could possibly move it in the future, but we're looking forward to getting that. So that's about all I have.
I do want to say, when Scott first took over, or Chief Jones, sorry, please call him Scott. Chief Jones first took over, there was an incident in one of the warehouses that was full of plastics. And when he got in there, he saw it. He immediately went to work. He called me and said, "We got a problem. We need to fix this problem. If something happens in here, we're going to have a major catastrophe on our hands." And how long did we fight that? Man, we were nonstop for a long time.
It took us a while. The building owners, they had trouble, getting the tenant. Apparently, the tenant brought in a lot of material that they were unaware of, and then when we went in and saw what was in there, it's that he's bringing that up. I did get several phone calls last week because it could have been similar to what happened in Richmond, and we prevented that from happening, so we made sure that was all removed because it wasn't, the building wasn't, it wouldn't support that type of material, the fire suppression system wouldn't support that, and so we did finally get that remedy, but it took
us over a year.
6, 8, probably 10 months or so before,
We were dealing with items.
it was a major process, yeah.
Back and forth, and it was a lot of work, but you know what?
It was very unsafe.
His due diligence on that prevented us from having something like happen in Richmond, because if that thing would've went up, it would've
It had
been
been similar.
similar, if not worse.
Yes,
Because it
thank
was
you.
full, so I just wanna commend you on your due diligence on that, because, you didn't let up, and you made sure that you protected our citizens, and we handled it the right way. It took a lot of time, it's not easy, but, due to your persistence, we got that taken care of. I just wanted to thank you for that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I live pretty
Appreciate
close
it.
to that building, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good job, Scott.
Thank you. Anything else?
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thanks.
Director Steele.
Good afternoon. So on my report, my first thing is I was going to introduce you to Logan, which he was here earlier. And he's been at the park, this is his 3rd week, and he's doing a great job. He's jumped in. We were right in the middle of soccer and those, trying to get 500 kids on teams and find coaches and everything. And he jumped right in and he's doing a great job. We now have baseball, which I'll talk about in a second, but now something on the end of the day Friday sprang up on us, and now we're opening baseball back up again for registrations, and so he's jumping right in that as well. And so he has some great ideas and goals for this year, and I'm just looking forward to what he's going to bring to our sports department at the park. The next thing I want to talk about is Christmas in the Park. That's not necessarily the name we're going to go with, but this is something that I have a committee that I put together, and we will start meeting and putting together Christmas in the Park, and we're really excited about this. When I was looking for some committee members, I was telling them the ideas that we have, and they jumped on board. They were very excited about this. We also have someone that used to live in another city who did this for 15 years, and she emailed me right away as soon as I started in my position and said, hey, if you ever think about doing a light display in the park, let me know. I've done this for 15 years and I've now moved here and I want to help. And so I'm really excited. So the thought about this is we are going to do a Christmas drive-through lights display. And each year, I know as we go on, we'll be able to grow this, but the vision that we have is that we will get organizations, churches, family members, groups of all kinds, businesses to participate, and they can set up light displays in the park. And then we will have judges come in and judge the displays, and depending on what kind of sponsorships we're able to obtain, hopefully we'll be able to give them some kind of reward for their display. And then that will be open through the month of December for people to drive through the park and visit our light display. And it will flow right along with the Polar Express here, and then what goes on downtown with Winterfest and everything. It's just going to all be flowing together to celebrate the holiday season. Something else that we would like to offer are carriage rides, some activities on the weekends in the park, and some other things I'm working on as well that I'm hoping we can bring to the park for December. So my first meeting takes place next week, and we're going to get it started on this. I do have for the light display a packet. The lady from another city, she was willing to share kind of what their guidelines and things that they handed out to their businesses that participated. She shared that with me, and so I was able to put a packet together for us to give to those who want to participate in the light display, just saying what our guidelines are, what kind of lights they need to use, and where they'll be able to set up. I've had my maintenance guys go and mark out where all of the electricity is in the park, so we have that. So I think it's going to be a really great event for December to add to what's already going on in the city. The next thing I want to talk about is the Living Well, Aging Well program. When I started, this was actually part of my interview process that the mayor had asked a few of us to do, is to write this program for 55 and older. And so now I'm ready to start implementing that. And I have a big picture of it, but I am one person. So it's probably going to start slowly offering services throughout the week, and then we can grow to a larger scale. But what I envision is we will facilitate programs that focus on living well and aging well. And so that's going to be drop-in programs such as like coffee and cards, or connections with your friends and crafts, or there's a wide range of things that I have on my list. And then we'll have some recreational activities as well. We may offer open gym during certain hours that are specified recreational activities, and I'll have Logan help me on that part of it. But one day might be chair volleyball, and they can come and participate in chair volleyball, or it might be yoga or some kind of an exercise or something like that. We'll also have different games and activities that they can participate in, as well as I'm working with some agencies in town that offer informational or educational services. And I have someone that's coming that's going to be a part of the committee from Purdue Extension, and she does a lot of educational programs for this age group. And then Reed also is interested in partnering as well. And so we'll offer classes such as caring for someone with diabetes, or easy walking so that you don't fall, things like that. And so there's a wide range of things that we're going to be able to offer at the park, and just help offer activities for this age range. And so I actually moved it to 50 and older because what I found is there are a lot of grants out there that will focus on 50 and instead of 55, which is what I had originally wrote my program for. So 50 and older is kind of where I'm gearing my activities on for this program. Moving on to sports. So we did have our opening day on April 8th, and that was a great turnout. The weather was okay, but we had well over 1,000 people at that soccer field this year, and for opening day, and it is going really well. And then this past weekend on Saturday, it was a beautiful day, so even more involved. And we have found that Kona Ice is a big hit at the soccer field. So Kona Ice is out there, and we also have our concessions and everything. But it's a great season. It's going well. The kids are having fun. I've tried posting some pictures on Facebook as parents share pictures with me. I'm putting them on Facebook to keep everybody in the loop on what's going on. Baseball drafts. So we originally closed our registration last week, I believe it was. And then I received a call that Alpina League was no longer a league. And so we have decided to open our registration back up again because we had a lot of parents that were very upset, and they wanted to make sure that their kids were able to play soccer or baseball. So we opened our registration back up again till Wednesday. So Wednesday at 4 p.m. Then we'll close it, and we're also doing our drafts this week as well because we really need to get into that season and the kids being able to have some practices in before opening day. And so those are currently open till the end of Wednesday at 4 p.m. I'll talk about opening day in a minute. Some community participation that I have had. I went to the Healthy Fayette County Coalition meeting. And then April 6th, we had Brownies and Bunnies at the park, and what a great event that was. We partnered with Firefly and DCS and many other agencies for Child Abuse Prevention Month, and there were so many wonderful comments that were made at that event, saying in the past years they've had a drive-through event, and I can't remember where they said it was. I think it was one of the elementary schools, where they would just do a drive-through event and they'd hand some packets of information and goodies bags through the car. And they were so excited that this year they were able to come to the park and be inside and actually like get to do hands-on activities with the kids. And it was a great event. With all of the workers and participants that walked through, we had close to 500 come to that event. We had the Easter Bunny, and then we had a surprise. A Big Bird showed up, which was great. And the kids, they had a great time. Channel 3 was there, Justin and John, and they did a great job taking pictures for us and posting those on Facebook. And a lot of parents commented to me that they were so happy to have a picture, on Facebook of their kids. So that was a great event. We're looking forward to doing it again next year, and I just think it can grow from here once people find out, what we're doing. So it was a great event. We had a lot of fun. Upcoming events. So May 6th, I had already talked about, but that is our opening day for baseball. And our parade will begin at 2 p.m. at 4th Street and Central Avenue. And then when we get down into the ball fields, we will have our celebration, our opening day events. And this year, Logan is wanting to do a field day of events. So furthest hit or fastest pitch or some other areas that the kids can just do some fun things, and we'll have some prizes for them. So I think that field day is going to be a great thing, and we'll have concessions and some other things down there. So that's May 6th is opening day. Earthwork begins on J. Long Memorial Park, 2nd Street Park in May. We're really excited about this. I know for everyone else it's been a long time coming, and so that work begins in May, a couple weeks into May, and let's hope and pray that the weather cooperates with us. May 27th is our opening day for our pool, and then May 30th is Summer Discovery Camp starts that day. So those are just some activities that we have going on.
Great.
Any questions?
What's the update on the bridge?
On the bridge? Well, they have been limited on how often they've had someone be able to work there. They also had to do some removal of some cement that was in the ground. They had to do some digging out of that. And so they hope to be putting it back together within the next month. And so it just went a little bit slower than what they were expecting. And then, so the stuff that they ordered in July didn't come till December. And then some weather kind of set them back a little bit. And then they've had one or two guys there every day working on it. And it is a lot of hands-on detailed cutting and everything, and so that takes a lot of time. So they're there today. They're there every day working on it.
I even seen them work on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, I have seen them on Sundays.
Yeah.
The
But when
time
you
that
have,
the time that it takes for him to lay out those, because those cuts have to be made a certain way. There's multiple angles because they're not replacing the whole beam; they're joining it somehow. That is just tedious work.
it definitely
And
is.
they're replacing a bunch of them, and it's, you can't have a bunch of people there because not many people know how to do that. So most people be standing around, so it's really,
Yeah.
It's a lost art.
You know, it is,
Oh, it
right?
definitely is, and this gentleman that's doing is very skilled in what he's doing, so it's coming together. It just looks like it's slow moving, but it is coming together, and they hope to be putting it back together within the next month or so. So hopefully we'll see some changes soon.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Chief Billups.
Hi again.
Hello.
Everybody's got a copy of my monthlies. My only concern is our overtime. We are down 2 people for that month. Obviously, one still at ILEA, who will be graduating this Friday, and our K-9 officer was at school also, and he'll be done this Friday also, so we'll get them both back. And spring break was slammed in there, so 2,183 gallons of fuel used last month. And on any questions on our totals on our calls, we've stayed pretty consistent. Upped our traffic defense. We're still doing drug interdiction pretty hard and heavy and doing fantastic at that. So our total incident is 1,153. For March, our training in department hours was 94 hours. Obviously, we have Officer Leon up at the academy for 160 hours that month, and Officer Ammerman, K-9, 120 hours of training there. Our K-9 division here, Lieutenant Perry had 20 hours of training last month, and Patrolman Watson had 24 hours of training, and that's outside training with a group of them, some from Richmond and surrounding areas that train together monthly. So just to keep everybody updated, I might ask for permission to promote another detective last time, and Ryan Moorfield will be our next detective starting in May 1st. Detective Sherwood, went back to patrol, and I requested also permission to replace Captain Fee's spot, and that will be Ryan Sherwood is the captain right now assigned to second shift. Well, I'm still in the process of replacing Fee. We're in our background checking stages right now, so I should have something to report to you at the next meeting. Any questions on my monthly? All right, that's it.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Thank you.
Director Coulter. Sure.
Hello. Should receive my March report. Once again, we're still a little behind on revenue disbursement for February, but we're getting really close. Actually, I should have March numbers tonight at City Council meeting, so we are getting a lot closer to our numbers, getting them done on time. Overtime with $6,126. It's a little high this month, but we had some heavy rainfall that caused some problems with our distribution system. 2,000 of that was just service watch, not after hour service watch, of trying to fix some of those problems. Attached is the water sewer work order report and also the water sewer monthly reports. Miscellaneous, myself, Roger Newcomb, which is our water plant operator, and Brad attended the Water Alliance conference meeting down in French Lick on March 14th and 15th. Our 9th Street water plant is online and working, which is exciting because it's been down for almost a year, so that's been nice to get that back online. And also the 2 digesters has been down to the water plant for the past 6, 8, 10 months are up and working also. So now digester 3 is down, we're getting it cleaned out and get that repaired. We'll have all 3 working hopefully here soon. Also a phosphorus removal building is up. We're starting to treat the wastewater plant and removing phosphorus, which doesn't really come online until, I think, May 1st, May 2nd. But we're just going through a practice run and seeing how this chemical works and getting the adjustments right before we go online and start have to turn in reports to IDM. So a lot of things are happening down at the wastewater plant. Is there any questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just to continue a little bit with the utility report, Mike's been working down at the wastewater plant pretty much full-time. He's working on a few other things, but mostly from there, trying to understand how to do all the reporting and all that. He's doing a really good job, so I want to commend him. He's been very focused and doing great so far. We have a few blips. We've been working on getting the DMRs submitted today, and between the two of us messing it up. We're still working on getting one of those submitted, but we'll figure it out. Little by little, he's doing a good job there. And I had been talking to you, I'd sort of been focused in on a local person that I thought might be able to fill the position, and she let me know that she's not going to be able to do that. So I think we're honed in on trying to build a person from within. The next step would be trying to hire somebody from somewhere else to come here and, paying them a high salary, and why not make that a local person that, already lives here. So I think we've got a good plan. We're trying to identify the person that we're going to promote and fill this position with, but I'll be talking to you more about that as we go forward. And I wanted to tell you, people might be noticing Frontier contractors on behalf of Frontier are working all over town. They're putting in new fiber all over Connersville, and it's sort of at times like a rodeo clowns out there. They've been a little, they could be a little careful. Now, if anybody has any trouble with any of those contractors, be sure and call, because we can keep an eye on them and make sure that they're doing things the way they're supposed to. If you remember, we got a maintenance bond that if they mess anything up, we can use that maintenance bond to fix stuff. But it's getting better. I think they just, they've got a lot of work to do in a short period of time. They're trying to get all that infrastructure in place. And I think if we can have a little patience with them, there's going to be a decent product going forward for people. They had told me that the internet that they offer will be twice as fast, and it'll be cheaper than what people are paying normally right now. We'll see how that pans out, but that's what they said. It'll be nice to have a little competition in the marketplace, I would imagine. And we're doing all the drainage reviews for them and trying to keep a close eye on it. We had a problem a couple of weeks ago where they went on somebody's property and really not asked permission. And
absolutely did.
Diana spent a good little time. She even went to the surveyor's office for me and got an easement, or found out that what the easement and that existed, and what it allowed and what it didn't allow, and helped us get that resolved. So I wanted to thank you.
You're welcome. When they found out, they actually were taking care of it, so they've been cooperative too.
Yeah, but if anybody has any problems, give me a holler, let me know, we'll check it out.
It's easier to know now than later.
Yep.
Yeah.
You might have heard over Facebook or on the news that we got our community crossings grant. Those are you'll be hearing more about that over the next few weeks, but that's going to allow us to do $1 million worth of paving in the areas of, most of the biggest area is sort of out from the park heading west from 30th Street to 27th Street all the way across Iowa Avenue to 21st Street, Evie Drive. Quite a few streets that if you drive on them, need it on the 10th Street Hill area. Canyon Parkway, over to Ranch.
Yeah, we try to keep everything close, other than Canyon, because it needed done. They should have been done last time. They just didn't have enough to do it all. We try to keep everything close, that way they're not moving around. The more they move, the more cost goes up for moving, so we try to keep everything as close as possible. Your ramps are a big factor in that. Your 8A ramps, those could be $8,000+ an intersection. So we really tried to, it's hard because everything's numbered, you go by the numbering system, so you pick out the quality of road based on their rating system, and then you try to estimate and measure, and it's a lot, but I think we got it honed in this time, and we did try to keep everything as compact as possible to get more paving done, so.
I wanted to tell you, we're getting finished up on last year's paving. The contractor did not finish the work on time. It literally sat all winter waiting for the striping and everything to be done. You can see they were back in here last week getting that finished finally. And, you know, they were so late that there's probably going to be liquidated damages that they owe the city because it took them so long. And, but it looks pretty nice out there. And we still are working on a punch list with them. There was a few areas where there were issues, and we need to still get those resolved over the next couple of weeks. I think the last thing I wanted to tell you about was, I want to remind you about all the Earth Week activities. This is Earth Week. We've tried to do some things, offer a little bit of new stuff. First, Franklin County National Bank is having a shred day on Saturday morning, April 22nd from 8 to 11. They basically pay a fee, and once the truck is full, they'll stop. And last year, I think that they had quit like at 10:30 because they filled the truck up. But it is really expensive. It costs $4,000 or $5,000 to get them to come and take away, and which seems crazy to me because that's really a desirable product, that shred of paper. But so we, you know, if you go to Franklin County Bank, thank them for doing that for the community. We also are having an e-waste day that morning from 8 to noon at the street department. We've got some volunteers lined up, and you can bring your televisions and monitors and pay $20. We'll be putting those in on skids and in boxes, and a contractor comes in and picks those up. $20 a piece for monitors and TVs. All the other e-waste on the list that I've been sending out and posting and everything is free. So, you know, laptops or, you know, whatever it might be. I found out last week that microwaves are considered e-waste, so you can bring microwaves if you have old ones for nothing. So, then the last thing that we're doing all this week, each day we're picking up one item, heavy trash pickup. We normally only do that on Thursdays, and we will continue that going forward this for the foreseeable future. But this week we're doing it each day. So if you have an item that you want picked up, call 825-1421, and we'll get you scheduled. And generally on that, she'll give you a call back to make sure what it is you're going to be setting out and tell you what day. Anybody got any questions?
Just a comment, I think the markings out on Central here, they did,
Yeah.
very nice.
Looks
It's
good.
good.
They complete it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brad.
Director Paulus.
Hello.
Howdy.
Hello.
For the month of March, we had 9 hours, 14 minutes of meeting production, 12 hours, 29 minutes of original production. And just wanted to touch on a couple things. We've got the first episode of Center Stage premiered already, and we will be taping a new episode tomorrow night at 5:30 p.m. So if you want to come by the studio and watch that, you're welcome to. And then we'll have a new Extension Kitchen program that we'll be shooting on Wednesday. So we'll have new programming on that coming up very soon as well.
Did you say 5:30 tomorrow?
5:30. We'll have 3 artists coming in and performing. So it'll be very interesting. Any questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Tom. Chief Harden. You not out there?
I didn't think he was going to be here today. Wasn't he not going to be here today?
He may not be. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. He is out of town for a funeral. I apologize. I forgot about that. Moving down to old business. Is there any old business? Miscellaneous business. Claims.
Actually, I do have something for old business, or it's of miscellaneous business. I just want to encourage everyone to get out and vote. The primary is May 2nd. There is only one race, but it's an important one. All races are important, and it's your right and responsibility to get out and vote, and I encourage everyone to do that. There's early voting, so I think the next 2 weeks, you can vote on Saturday. I think it's 7 to 2, if I'm correct, and you really need to do that.
Thanks, Rosemary.
Claims for April 17th, the city is $91,419.22. Payroll, $536,368.66. Utilities, $276,584.84.
Make a motion approved.
Second?
Motion is second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Anybody from the public have anything to say? Cannot see anybody out there, but doesn't look like it. Take a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Motion is second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Have a nice afternoon.